Yo, what's good? It's your boy, Wick to the Split, and I'm back with another boxing prediction. The Riverside Rocky Josesito Lopez versus Brandon Rios. Now, I'm just going to point this out there that this isn't a fight that's happening, but I believe that it's a fight that should happen. And I'm going to tell you why. Oh, shit. Um, the reason I think this fight should happen is um, these are two fighters. These are two fighters that are coming off losses. And from what I've heard, Brandon Rios is trying to come back. That's what I heard. Brandon Rios is trying to make a comeback to the boxing ring, and I was shocked when I heard that because Brandon Rios got knocked out by a non-puncher in Timothy Bradley, and after I seen that shit, I was like, this fool got knocked out by a guy who can't even fucking rip a piece of paper with a punch. You know what I mean? And Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley's a weak ass puncher. You know what I mean? He's an amazing skilled fighter, Timothy Bradley. Don't get me wrong. But he is, as far as, power, come on, man. Come on, man. We all know that fucking, uh, we all know that Timothy Bradley can't even fucking break a potato chip with a punch. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, dude, I'm like, Brandon Rios got knocked out by a guy who can't even fucking punch. So, after I seen that, I was like, dude, Brandon Rios needs to stop. This is a case of a fighter who needs to just fucking retire. Go home to his family. Be with his family, and that's it. You know what I mean? Not come back to the boxing ring. But I've been watching, a lot of boxing, like, boxing news and stuff, and I see Brandon Rios, lots of boxing clips. You know what I mean? And I see Brandon Rios is, in the gym training, and Brandon Rios is trying to make a comeback. But I don't know why. Like, let's be realistic. Like, he won't ever beat anyone ever elite ever again. Like, honestly, Victor Ortiz, who just got knocked the fuck out, would beat Brandon Rios. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you why is that, and then the reason I believe that Josesito Lopez and Brandon Rios should fight is because these are two fighters who are both coming off losses. And these are both fighters who lost in their last fights. Josesito Lopez got knocked out by Andre Berto, and then Berto got a shot at Mayweather, which is, I don't know how the fuck, why Berto would get a shot at Mayweather from beating Josesito Lopez. I don't understand that shit. But Brandon Rios lost to Timothy Bradley and got knocked out, and I thought, all right, these two fighters are going to be out for a while, especially Brandon Rios. Brandon Rios is going to be gone for good, and Brandon Rios is back in the gym training. I respect Brandon Rios' heart as a fighter, but you got to learn when to hang it up. You know what I mean? And I honestly, I don't know what Brandon Rios thinks he could do. Does he think that he can come back and win another world title? Like, he can't. Like, seriously. Like, honestly, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Mike Alvarado, who Brandon Rios knocked out, if Mike Alvarado and Brandon Rios ever have a fourth fight, I think that Brandon Rios is so spent and punch drunk that Brandon Rios will get knocked out by Alvarado if they ever fought again. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. Like, there's nothing left in the tank for Brandon Rios. Like, I'm not saying I hate Brandon Rios. I like Brandon Rios. It's just there's nothing left. Like, what's left in the tank that he can do? Like, there's nobody he can beat. You know what I mean? Like, he definitely will not fuck with anyone elite. You know what I mean? It's not like he can fuck with Pacquiao or Bradley or Thurman or Sean Porter, or Earl Spence. He can't. Like, Brandon Rios can't fuck with guys like that. Like, so, like I'm telling you right now, personally, myself, I think that Josesito Lopez would even give Brandon Rios a lot of trouble. That's my honest opinion. I think Josesito Lopez would give him a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? But I don't think that Brandon Rios should come back. Josesito Lopez, on the other hand, personally, I'm not gonna say he shouldn't come back, but Josesito Lopez has taken a shitload of punishment himself. You know what I mean? Look at his fight with Canelo. Phew. He got beat down. That was sad, dude. That was pretty sad watching Josesito get beat down like that. You know what I mean? And when he fought Victor Ortiz, he was getting beat down in that fight also. He was, I wouldn't, well, you could say he was getting beat down in the Ortiz fight, but he came back and broke fucking Victor Ortiz's jaw. So he definitely pulled some Rocky shit with that. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say I want to see Josesito Lopez retire, because Josesito Lopez, I think that he's got a lot left in the tank. You know what I mean? He's got a lot left in the tank, and hopefully Josesito Lopez will be back in action. You know what I mean? But if he does come back in action, honestly, I'd like to see him just fight Brandon Rios. You know what I mean? Like, because these are two fighters who are coming off losses. You know what I mean? I heard that Brandon Rios was going to try to fight Victor Ortiz. But I mean, like, why? Like, because you guys are old stablemates and you guys used to talk a bunch of shit to each other, and you know what I mean, you guys used to be best buddies, and now this will turn on you and you want to fight him. Like, man, screw that shit, man. Like, leave that shit in Hollywood. Like, just, you know, I hope that whenever these two fighters come back, because I know Josesito Lopez will be back, and from what I heard, Brandon Rios is trying to come back. That's what I heard. I mean, I've been watching a lot of boxing clips, and I seen he's in the gym. Brandon Rios is in the gym training. You know what I mean? So if Brandon Rios does come back, you know what I mean, hopefully he fights like Josesito Lopez, because these are two fighters who are coming off losses, and I'd like to see these two fighters who have been beaten their last fights come back and see who has the tank, who has the gas to come back. I mean, but personally myself, I don't want to see Brandon Rios come back. He's taken too much punishment. That's my honest opinion. Brandon Rios has taken way too much punishment. I'm not saying I hate Brandon Rios. I like him. I like Brandon Rios. It's just he needs to stop. Anyways, you guys leave a comment if you want. You guys subscribe. Thanks, guys.